Hey guys, welcome back to the MCU HQ. At the time of recording and uploading, Thor Love and Thunder releases in 10 days. Now I figured what I would do for you guys, similar to what I did for Multiverse of Madness, would be to compile a list of essential films that you should watch before going in to Thor Love and Thunder. Now, unlike previous times that I've done this, I'm not only doing one list, because I actually had trouble narrowing it down for my watches of these, so I figured I would give you a few different options to choose from, and you can pick accordingly. Now, keep in mind, I have not yet seen the film. This is based entirely off what we've seen in marketing, and what I think is going to be important going into this film. So let's hop into the different lists that we have. So I'll start with the beefiest one and work my way down to the most minimalist one. So this first one has 9 different films that you should watch. And the fun thing about this is if you start tomorrow, at the time of uploading this video, you can watch one of these a day going into Thor Love and Thunder. It's pretty cool. So some of these are going to be obvious. Some of these maybe less so. Let's see. Obviously, I shouldn't even have to explain why. Thor. Introduce you to the world, the character. We got Jane Foster in this one. A lot of important stuff. Next up, Marvel's The Avengers. Now, I was hesitant to put this on here, but this does forward Thor's story and Loki's story, even though it's an Avengers movie. Thor's kind of got his own thing going on, so I figured I might as well throw it in here. It is also kind of the unofficial sequel to Thor, with how it picks up Loki's story. Next up, Thor the Dark World. Now, a lot of people don't like this one, a lot of people don't want to watch this one, but this has become one of the most important MCU movies, and my theory is that some stuff that happens in this movie might be important as to some of the things that are happening in Love and Thunder, but also, you get more Thor and Jane in this one. You need all the Thor and Jane you can get to really understand their relationship before Love and Thunder. Alright, next up, this is going to be one probably a lot of you wouldn't think of putting on here. That's Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I'll tell you right now, this is not on some of the other lists I'm going to show you, but I put this on here because the Guardians have an importance to this film. They might only be in the first act, we don't know, but they're in the movie in some way. There's a reason they're in the movie, and I have a feeling however their bit ends in the movie might connect into Guardians 3 and also acknowledge some of the stuff that's happened previously. So I have a feeling watching these will just give you a better understanding of the Guardians in Love and Thunder, whether you've seen these movies or you want to watch them again. Also, they're just really good movies. Find an excuse to rewatch them. Watch it. Avengers Age of Ultron. Thor has his own side quest in this movie that's very crucial to kind of how the future of the MCU plays out. It's not the best movie, it's a very entertaining one though. Felt like it should be in here. Next up, more important than the first Guardians, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, because this movie connects directly to what happens in some of the other titles on this list, and some of the characters that are on the Guardians team in Thor Love and Thunder. And also, this is better than the first one. Just watch it. I do think Guardians 2 is better than Guardians 1, saying that right now. Alright, these last 3 I feel like should also go without saying. We've got Thor Ragnarok right here. If for nothing else, watch this because it's Taika's first Thor movie. Prep you for Taika's next Thor movie. It's also just such a fun ride, and it wraps up Loki's arc and Thor's arc in a very satisfying way, only to be undone by the next thing on this list, Avengers Infinity War. Now, for Multiverse of Madness, I said Infinity War something you want to watch. I mean that doubly so here. You can take that with a huge grain of salt for Multiverse of Madness, but for Thor Love and Thunder, this is essential, because Thor is such an important player in this, and things that happen in this movie are affecting what's going on in Love and Thunder. And then, of course, following Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. Thor, in this, what he's going through is, according to the trailers at least, the backbone of his journey in Love and Thunder. Very important film to watch. Do not skip Avengers Endgame. But that's it. Those are the 9 essential ones that I have compiled that I feel like you should watch. Just to run through them one more time. Thor, The Avengers, Thor the Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Age of Ultron, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. So this is the one I'm doing. This is what I'm watching going into Thor Love and Thunder. But let's say you want to take just a little more off that. Let's say that you don't want to watch 9 things. Well, what if I narrow it down to 7 for you, which I will do here. Now the only difference with this one is I took out the Guardians movies and focused solely on Thor's story. So we're looking at Thor, Avengers, Thor the Dark World, Avengers Age of Ultron, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. Now that's purely if you're looking at Thor's journey, disregarding any side characters who are also going to be in the movie. There you go. But let's say that's not doing it for you. You want to cut this down just a little more. Well, I have good news for you, because I can narrow this down from 7 to 5. And this one focuses just specifically, just ever so specifically, on, even more specifically on Thor. These are basically the movies where Thor might as well be in the title of them. Of course, Thor, Thor the Dark World, and Thor Ragnarok are Thor trilogy. That's very important. You don't want to not do that. And then Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, skipping the first Avengers, skipping Age of Ultron, and just cutting right to the chase with these 2, where Thor gets Stormbreaker, and he gives the throne to Valkyrie, and he goes off with the Guardians. If you want to skip some of the stuff in the middle and just jump right into what you might as well just consider the prologue of Love and Thunder, those 5 movies is what you're going to want. Showing this to you one more time. But let's say that's not little enough for you either. You want to go even smaller. You only want to watch 3 films. Got you covered. Thor. Thor the Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, the Thor trilogy. If you only want to watch the bare minimum to just get a grasp of the character, those 3 films is what you're going to do. That's what I would recommend. That said, you would still be missing a lot of content. You would be missing what's going on with him in the Avengers movies and how his story picks up in Avengers Endgame. So I would advise trying to fit those last 2 Avengers movies in there in some way. So I'll throw all 4 of the lists I created up onto the screen for you guys. But I think those are the most... those are the viewing orders. I would recommend you do one of those 4. I personally am doing the one I have dubbed the complete list that tracks Thor's journey as well as the Guardians' journey, just because of how impactful they may be to this film. Obviously, we won't know just how important they are until we see the movie, but judging by the trailers, their role is going to be small, but very, very important, which is why I threw both Guardians of the Galaxy movies on this list. But there you guys go. I hope that could help you out trying to decide what the essential things are that you need to watch going into Thor Love and Thunder. Let me know which one you're going to do down in the comments below. Also leave a like on this video, subscribe, click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ. That's going to be it. Have a great day, guys.